Hello, my name is Marco Zarate Flores, and today I will be explaining and demonstrating Archimedes' principle, also known as the law of buoyancy. Archimedes' principle states that when an object is pushed fully or partially into a fluid like water, it will be pushed upward by a force called buoyant force. The size of that buoyant force is equal to the weight of the fluid that the object displaces. In other words, when you push an object into water, the water it pushes out the weight pushes back up on the object with a force equal to the weight of the water moved. This is why some objects float and others sink. An object floats when the weight is equal to the buoyant force, and it sinks when the buoyant force is less than the object's weight. Today, I will demonstrate that an object floating or sinking is not determined by how heavy or how light it is, but how much water it displaces compared to its weight. Here I have two objects. First, I have the lid of this container. It weighs 32 grams, and even though it is heavier than my second object, has a larger size and can displace more water. Here, I have a walnut. The walnut weighs only 15 grams, which is lighter than the lid, but is smaller and displaces less water. Now, I will submerge both objects in this container of water. First, I will submerge the walnut. As you can see, the walnut sinks. This is because it does not displace enough water for the buoyant force to equal its weight, since the buoyant force is smaller than the weight of the walnut. Next, I will do the container. As you can see, the lid is rising back up, which means it's floating. And this is because even though it's heavier than the walnut, it displaces more water. This creates a buoyant force equal to the weight of the lid, allowing the water to float. This demonstrates Archimedes' principle because objects float or sink depending on how much water that is displaced compared to their weight, not just how heavy they are. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you understand Archimedes' principle.